Welcome back to the channel. Today I am heading over to a subscriber's house to help him get his old Mustang running. He says it hasn't been running for quite some time, so I'm hopping in the F350 and we are heading over there right now. What's going on, man?
It's over here, covered up.
How long have you had this thing?
Well, my grandpa originally had it in '84, and then my dad had it, and then now it's mine. But it's been sitting for so long.
Is it a turbo or what is it? Is it a V8 you said?
Yeah, it's a V8 turbo.
Let's check it out under a car cover or a tarp.
Yeah. Where's this? I put a new tarp on it because it's been getting rained on. I think that was last year. So here it is. It's all messed up. I don't know what happened to the wire, the wiring my dad, had before. So all this, I don't know. It's just,
yeah, just some stuff. So you said it was push starter before, so the starter doesn't turn over, or does it turn over?
it doesn't turn over. All the wiring, I don't know, because we always had to bump start it, and it started up like that, and it had charging issues. So I think that's why he tried fixing the wiring. But
yeah.
It's all.
I mean, we'll try to get it running. We'll see what happens. Ended up pulling the serpentine belts off of the engine. The water pump is actually locked up, so the engine turns by hand. Sounds like it has good compression. The one issue is we don't have a battery for the car to try to turn it over. I was just going to jump the starter solenoid, but also this car has a big wiring issue. It just has cut wires everywhere, butt connectors, and he got a harness from the U-Pull yard, but some of the wires are actually cut here and there, so just gonna have to kind of splice those in. This harness is a little bit nicer. These go inside the car, just have to kind of make it a good harness. We need to get the old one out and just kind of go from there. That's what you think?
Yeah, that's what I think.
All right, we'll figure out the battery situation after we get this harness swapped over. But I mean, at the end of the day, it probably just needs this wiring harness and a starter and a battery, and then it'll need fuel. It's been sitting for how long?
Almost 12 years now.
12 years, yeah. So you'll have to figure out, you'll probably have to find a fuel tank and a fuel pump and everything. But other than that, probably could get this thing started if we had a battery. So let's do the wiring harness and try to get this thing just to run off of maybe some gas and stuff like that. And then you can figure out the rest of the way. Yeah. Just installed most of the new harness, or the U-Pull used harness. It has a few ends that are cut there for the headlights is what it looks like. But the harness that goes inside the car goes under the dash, and you have to remove the dash, which we don't have enough time to do. So he worked on it for probably like an hour, trying to get to these plugs that go down here. Also, there needs to be a plug soldered on right here. But this harness that's in it now is a lot better. The connectors and everything just kind of go and they plug in and they're all cut off. I routed it how it was routed before. It just needs to kind of go in the car, which will tidy it up a lot more. But without a battery, we can't see if it'll start. So have to figure something out. Didn't have a battery, but have a Craftsman battery. Usually I use Milwaukee ones, and they actually turn cars over and start them. We're going to see if this will actually work. I have some thicker wires. Usually I use a lot thinner, but should just be able to contact it to here, and it should turn over hopefully. Unless the starter is bad. Which we may have a bad starter. Yeah, the starter might be bad, which makes sense if you're push starting it.
Yeah.
So you need a starter, you need a water pump, you need to connect those wires over there, and probably a radiator and a coolant bottle. But it should start. It felt like it had good compression when I turned it over by hand. So, and usually this is what starters do if they don't want to jump, because this is going directly to, so it's grounded, powered directly to the starter, so it should just crank it over, but it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna hear it run today, which sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, so close, but just so many little things.
Yeah, just little things I need to get.
Tried to get the Mustang started. Unfortunately, there was too many things. We didn't have a starter, we didn't have a battery, we just didn't have a lot of stuff. It did feel like it had very, very good compression, but at the end of the day, you know, it wasn't going to start. He needs to plug in that wiring harness, fix a few things here and there, which the new wiring harness is now pretty much laid out, other than being plugged into the interior and the headlights being connected. So it is pretty close. He needs to get another harness he didn't have, a new one for the coil, the distributor. All that stuff was pretty dry rotted and just kind of too far gone to use and really be reliable. So he's going to order one of those eventually as well. But I was really hoping to hear this thing run after it's sitting for so long. But now we're going to go and kind of just hang out with my grandma, or I'm going to go hang out with my grandma. And you know, it is her birthday today. We just had lunch, and now we'll probably end up having dinner in a little bit. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, but just having a good old day driving the 6.7 deleted as can be. Drove by the smog place and I was like, maybe I should see what emissions my truck is putting out. But I came over here, and the interesting thing about it is they said that they don't even read what the exhaust puts out. They just plug it into the OBD2 port or something. I'm not exactly sure how they plug it in. That's the only way I could think of it. He said it reads the engine computer sensors, which there isn't an oxygen sensor in the exhaust. So I don't exactly know. And he said every place in California does that. So how are they testing for emissions in cars if they're not reading, especially on diesel trucks? If you're not reading what comes out of the exhaust, how do you actually know if it's passing emissions or not? So I wanted to just do it for fun to see what my truck was actually, you know, what emissions it was putting out. It makes a lot of power. It's tuned deleted, but it barely ever throws any black smoke. So it has a really good tune on it. It's not like a coal tune or anything like that. I really have never been a fan of that. I just wanted to put, you know, make a lot more power with my truck. It has a full 4-inch exhaust, or no, full 5-inch exhaust with a stainless downpipe and everything. But it's just kind of weird that they don't test the exhaust. I don't get how California is even testing for emissions then. It's just a sham maybe. But back home, I guess, and we'll just kind of go from there. Hey, Grandma, what do you think?
I think here we are in beautiful, smoky Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, we're in Lake Tahoe. This is my grandma's, the day after my grandma's birthday.
Hi.
You are
80 years old.
But yeah, my parents are here with us, and we're gonna stay here for a day, which means just gonna kind of hang out. We're gonna go to lunch. Yesterday was my grandma's birthday, and it was I mean, we came up here for that. That's pretty much why I haven't had any videos this week. But yeah, they're gonna check in at the hotel, and we've actually stayed here quite a few times while I was growing up. And yeah, Lake Tahoe's a little bit smokier than it usually is. Going to conclude today's video. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, throw a comment below, give the video a thumbs up, and you know, the last day at the lake tomorrow is a very long drive home, another 16-18 hours. But
where's my rock?
It's down there. What do you want to say? What do you want to say about your 80th?
About my what?
Your birthday.
That I had a wonderful birthday.
You gotta close the video out.
Huh?
You gotta close it out.
I need to?
No, you get to.
I get to.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say that this was the most wonderful birthday with the best surprise of my family coming all the way from Colorado to visit me, and here we are at Lake Tahoe and putting together. I'll never forget this birthday.
That's good.
Thank you, guys.
What do you think, Mom?
I love Lake Tahoe. It's my favorite place in the world.
My dad gets to be on video.
Well, the best part of coming out here was doing 100 miles an hour for 1,000 miles.
But see you guys next time.